Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm so glad that you can join us this evening, that we're still having people arriving. But anyway, we can start it now. So today we want to welcome that I bring some special guests, okay? He's a very knowledgeable guest who happened to help me with all of my construction projects to tell you everything that you need to know about these new laws. So the webinar is about the new laws that happen being established when it comes to home addition and conversion. So I present to you the lead project manager of Pinnacle Construction, the one, and Tamil Corona. Welcome, Tamil.
Renna, thank you for having me again.
Okay, by the way, if you guys have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments or chat section, and we will answer them in the Q&A towards the end of the webinar. Okay, so Tamil, the audience is all yours.
Well, hello everyone again, and this is the second time we're, invited to Renna's show, to her webinars, to basically educate everyone that's either going to become a homeowner or is a homeowner in possible ADUs and how they can handle, their lots with adding more value to their homes. So as Renna was saying, there's a lot of changes to the laws that are coming out with SB9, SB10. Right now, what I'm going to focus on more is SB9, just because it's more on a R1 zoning, which means it's more in a residential urban areas, and it will probably qualify more of you homeowners. So I have a little data sheet that I wanted to show. I wanted to see if I can have show my screen. Is that possible, Renna? Or Boris?
Yeah, you should have the controls to do that.
Okay, so I will. There we go. Can everyone see? Oh wait, I think I'm sharing it. Am I sharing it now, guys? I can't. Sorry, I can't hear it.
Yeah, I can see it. How about you, Boris?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So SB9 regulations, we're just basically going to go through bullet points and kind of give you a rundown of the most practical information out there. And then, if there's any other questions, we can kind of move from there. Let's start with SB9, which is a California Housing Opportunity and More Efficiency Act. Also will become law in January 22. So next year. Allows urban lot splits. Basically take one lot and cut into two lots to add another house if needed. Allows duplex conversions, have one original house and add another one to the lot. This act allows homeowners to avoid going before a planning committee and provides that a local municipality must ministerially approve it if all requirements are met, meaning no planning commission required. Then we're going to go to objective standards are in place for ahead of time to make it easy for owners. Basically, there will be already guidelines for all homeowners to be, informed rather than having to go in front of a committee and asking questions and figuring out what's needed to comply with these acts. So everything's going to be lined out item by item, so you're already aware of it. What are the qualifications? Well, number one, must be a single family zoning, one lot and one house, basically. You can't have already two houses in one lot, so that wouldn't qualify. Also known as R1 zone. They cannot be an affordable housing units, so you can't have it under some sort of Section 8 or anything like that already. It can't be a historical unit, so if your house is older and it has a historical value to it and the city, you have to go through a city before anything gets done for historical reviews, then it won't qualify. It can't be in a high fire zone. Can't be in a property that's current as a rental or within the last 3 years. So basically, if your house is already a rental unit within the past 3 years, it will not qualify as for SB9. The next item is requirements to apply for a lot split. Number one is owner must sign an affidavit confirming that 3 years. Basically, they're gonna, if you're gonna have a lot split, you have to sign an affidavit contract stating that you will live in the other lot for no less than 3 years, and that's part of the contract. Because right now, a lot of developers, what they're thinking of is basically buying lots and splitting them and don't even renting them, or don't even living in them. So this basically makes sure that no one really just comes in for the money, that we're also living in these homes, and we're making good decisions for the whole neighborhood, not just for yourself, not just for your pocket. After approval, owner will occupy one of the units. So basically, once you get approved, if you get approved for SB9 and it's a lot split, you have to live in one of those units. So you have to occupy it for no less than 3 years. Rental guidelines, no short-term rental. So basically this gets rid of all those Airbnbs, basically, that everyone hates in the neighborhoods. So if you try to rent it for less than 30 days, you won't qualify. So that's the other, provisions to it. So you have to rent for 30 days or more only. And it can't be a vacation home either. So if you are claiming it as your home, but you live somewhere else and you come back to that home as a vacation home, it will not qualify. That has to be your main residence. And I'm going to show you guys some slides so you can see. Give me 1 second. 1 second, please. Okay, so we're going to go with this one first. So an urban lot split, basically it's one single lot divided in two, and it's basically, in this case, it's a 50-50 percent division. So each lot split can be sold individually and can be separate afterwards. So basically, once you have a lot, it has to be 2,400 square feet in order to divide it in two. So your lots after the division, it cannot be no less than 1,200 square feet. So that is one of the restrictions. If you don't meet that guideline, then you will not qualify for a lot split. Required of 3-year affidavit signed if you end up dividing your lot. It has to be a 50-50 lot split, or maybe 40-60. There's a chance they will allow that. So, but it still has to meet 1,200 square feet regardless. Minimal lot size after split needs to be 1,200 square feet. No multiple splits, even if your lot is bigger. So let's say your lot is 1 acre, 30,000 square feet, and you want to divide and divide and divide. You cannot do that. It has to be 1,200 square feet minimum, and then you can only divide once. And then the next item is you can add a duplex conversion after the lot split. So basically, let me go back. Oh my God. Can everyone still hear me okay? I just want to make sure. Okay, so share screen. I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure everyone's still following. Okay, so we're going to go to the duplex lot split.
Are you showing this? Are you sharing the screen?
I'm going to right now.
Okay.
Okay, can everyone see this? So basically, after you split your lots, this would be a lot split, and you can either have one house on one lot and then add 2 houses to the second lot, or you can add 2 and 2. At any point, you can sell any one of these lots. It doesn't matter. The only restriction is you have to live on site in one of the lots. If you're not planning on doing so, then you will not qualify for the lot split. So those are one of the guidelines that they added to that. Let me find my last let me see, how do I files? Sorry guys, I thought I had the last one. Okay. Renna, in the meantime, do you have any questions? Anything you want to add to? Basically, the last item I just wanted to cover was the duplex conversion. Basically, it's just one lot, and you don't have to sign an affidavit for this. You can either live in it or not. You can rent the second unit because it's still one lot. It can be anywhere in your lot, doesn't matter, as long as you are within your set boundaries, basically, your 4-foot set boundaries. There's not many restrictions on that end. Other than that, the duplex is the simplest process, but if you choose to split, then it has a little bit more restrictions on that end. Does anyone have any questions on that?
Someone asking,
Okay.
is there any density requirement?
No. Basically, so when the guidelines come out, if you are in the R1 zone and your lot qualifies for for a lot split or a duplex, then you will qualify regardless of the location, whether it's dense or not. Does that answer the question?
So I a little bit confused at the beginning when you were saying there's once the lot be subdivided, they cannot sell either, like, because only can divide it once, and they
Yes.
cannot sell individually. But then when you talking about people can build the duplex or fourplex on the divided lot, they can sell it individually?
Yes, so here, let me show you this again. So in this case, I'm hoping everyone can see, in this case, if you split your lots, you have 2 lots now. This used to be one, now it's split in half, 50-50 or 40-60 if the municipality allows it. You're able to sell either one of these lots, whether it's 2 or 1, but you can't sell one individual house or 2 houses divided into 2 lots. You have to sell either this lot, or both lots. But you're able to divide it in half and sell this portion or this portion at any point. That's the only thing. You can build 1 house, 2 houses, 4 houses total. Does that answer your question?
Oh, I see. Just I can sell the lot, but I cannot sell individual house.
Correct. You have to sell the lot. They only, what is it, the APN, they're only allowed to sell individual lots rather than just the actual home.
Okay, and then someone saying, what about the parking?
Parking, so just like an ADU, if you are living near public transportation within, I think it's half a mile, then it shouldn't be a problem. It's just basically falls into the ADU program. You have to provide some sort of public transportation or have a parking space. In this case, if you live in a dense populated area, most likely your nearest bus stop or train station would be for sure less than half a mile.
So Anson asked, will local zoning override the minimum lot size of 1,200 square footage? Some cities used to have 5,000 square footage as minimum lot size before.
It will only apply to lot splits. You cannot lot split if you have less than 1,200 square feet per lot. So if you have 2,400, you're allowed to. Anything above 2,400, you're allowed to split it.
Okay, and Mary asked, how big does the lot need to be, like, to be splitted?
As long as it's bigger than 2,400 square feet, you're good. Each lot individually after the split, you have to have no less than 1,200.
Well, 2,400 actually is pretty small.
It is, but that's the guideline that they're putting out there. So because not everyone, if they live in like urban or dense populated locations, they want to make it as, you know, optional as possible. So they want to have it available for as many people as possible.
What do you think the offset are required?
The offset? Sorry, what do you mean the offset?
I guess maybe Mary's question is, what is the, if just something required by city, what is their like minimum requirement if you split a 2,400 square footage lot? Is there something like the guideline people like city has?
Okay, so the basic requirements is basically if you have a lot that's bigger than 2,400 square feet, you just have to be able to divide it in half. Now you cannot divide, you know, 900 square feet over here and then the rest on the other lot. Your house wouldn't, you know, at the minimum 40-60 or 50-50. So that is really the most valuable requirement needed. So if your house is set on a corner of your lot and you want to split it and then you have like a 75% free, then it frees up, you know, then you're able to split it perfectly. But if your house sits literally in the middle of your lot and you're not allowed, and you're not able to split it properly where you will give the 1,200 square foot space for the other home, then there may be an issue on that end. There has to be a 1,200 square foot and, you know, meet the minimum setbacks, which are 4 feet perimeters. And I think it's about 15 to 25 feet from the front of the street. So those little guidelines will be adjusted depending on city code, because there's you know, cities out there that their property is right on the sidewalk basically, and then there's urban areas, other locations where, you know, the setbacks to the front of the property is 25 or 15 feet.
So is that what any like the requirement based on the fence between the properties?
Yes, it's setbacks basically. So the setbacks will guide the process a lot. So as long as your house doesn't sit in the middle and you're not able to divide your lot properly 50-50, then it will cause some issues. But if your house is set up on a side where you can actually divide your lot in half without any, you know, boundaries, setbacks causing an issue, then, you know, that's a different.
Is there any requirement regarding the property size? Because I know, like, if you just build a regular house on a piece of lot, based on different city, they have different requirements. Say percentage building structure, like square footage.
Mm-hmm.
Is this also have some like?
No, as long as your lot is, you know, 1,200 and your house can be, you know 3,000 square feet, or sorry, as long as your house is within your boundaries and you meet the 1,200 square foot, you know, lot size, and it's not a problem. Now, adding a different house would be adding another house on top of that lot would be a problem because you wouldn't be able to fit it. So in that case, you would have to do an JDU, basically, in addition to your house, to do an additional ADU.
Oh, sorry, I'm not really getting it. So let's say if the lot is 6,000, original lot was 6,000, and divided to like 3,000 each. Okay, mm-hmm. And then how big the house I can build on the individual lot? Like, can I go for 3,000? I don't think so, right?
Well, I mean, no, you have to set your boundary limits. So in that case, you know, the setbacks, you have to put your setbacks 4 feet in the back, and then maybe 25 feet in the front. That would be your house size after the sizing properly.
Can I do 2-storage home?
Of course. Yeah. The whole building part of it doesn't affect the lot split or the additional duplex. what really drives that whole process would be your lot size. So you can build as big as you want if the city allows, obviously, 2-story homes or, in that area. But as long as your lot has your 4-foot setbacks on each side, front or sides, back, and then your front setback, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Anyone had any question? Mary saying, please discuss requirements for replacing my current house with a duplex.
Okay, so yeah, if you're looking to demolition your house and rebuild, it should be a remodel with an ADU or with a duplex. So that in that case, you may have to first remodel or build your home and also prove that your new size home is going to fit properly with your new duplex size. So at that point, you would have to go through planning for that process because you're rebuilding a new construction original home. It has to be an additional home for the SB9 to start the process. But if you're rebuilding your home, then that's an actual remodel or rebuild, new construction, basically.
Okay. So is there any particular architecture or some process or some person we need to work with if we're doing this?
Yeah, so normally for ADUs, if you want to add a duplex to your property, it's the most simplest process, and we covered that on our last webinar. Basically, it doesn't require an architect. It doesn't require a whole lot of engineering. It's some ADUs already come pre-manufactured. There's modular, they're pre-manufactured homes, and then there's stick built basically from the ground up. The stick built from the ground up, for that you will have to get a architect and engineer because it has to be designed and built, or basically on plans at least. For the modular homes, if you just want to add a modular duplex to your home, to your property, those are fairly easy. We work with a lot of companies. We're also dealers for that process. So we can definitely help you out and guide you through the process. We have our own in-house architects. We have our own in-house sales staff, and we are basically builders as well.
Okay, so Boris, can you share Tamo's Pinnacle Construction's contact to everyone? So just for in case people want to reach out to you guys, to Tamo, they get their phone number and contact informations. Or if anyone really need it, you can just feel free to email me at renna@rennashee.com or text me at 650-823-8003, my number. I believe everyone has that. You can text me. I would be happy to share with Tamo's contact information. Okay, so any other questions? Okay, I think everybody's good. So thank you so much, Tamo. Yeah, and then
no worries.
Yeah, well, I'm very appreciate that you share those educating us on these new laws. I know learned a lot of from information that I sure the audience did too. So if anyone has any questions, Boris already shared Tamo's contact information there from the chatting section. Feel free to reach out Tamo, and thank you so much for attending our webinar, and I hope to see you next time. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Tamo.
Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.